To bite into an Italian beef from Bona is to experience a true Chicago original. And to fully experience the sandwich, it helps to know his backstory.
Joe Buonavolanto, I'm one of the founding members of the Buonavolanto family. Our history goes back over 40 years. Our uncle actually started an Italian beef stand back in the early 50s. And that's kind of where our recipe has been derived from. But it was an old family recipe. We kind of just had it at, different family parties and get-togethers. And yeah, it's been in our family over 50 years. Back in Chicago in the early 50s, 60s, there's been a lot of Chicago families that made their own versions of Italian beef. And everybody had a little twist on it. But for the most part, they all featured a top sirloin, which was slow roasted, seasoned with Italian seasonings. Everybody put their own little taste to it. Chicago was a kind of a spot where Italian immigrants came and they settled, and it just so happened that it was the meat capital of the world at the time. Being Italian, we didn't really eat a lot of, they didn't really eat a lot of meat. So it was kind of new to them. So they were able to take some of these cuts of meat and make it their own. And the top sirloin was a less expensive cut of meat. And what they did is they cooked it the way they cooked everything. They slow roasted it. They seasoned it with a lot of delicious Italian seasoning. We started with Nesco's. What we do is we keep that Nesco right there in our kitchens, so that we can if we ever have any doubt if our recipe is the same now as it was when we started in 1981, we check it. We use that as our control, and we say, okay, let's make another batch the way we did back in 1981 to see how this one compares.
We were cooking in the back of that store. We didn't want to have 15 restaurants cooking it all 15 different ways. So what we did is we brought into a commissary to ensure that when you go into any one of our restaurants, it tastes the same, because we made it all in one place. But what we do is we put it through a searing cycle where the drippings come off the meat, and then we slow roast it for a long period of time. Right before the slow roast part, we actually put the spices in there in the water, in the pan, and it just kind of cooks and marinates together. It's so tender and just falls apart.
The sandwich remained one of Chicago's best kept secrets for many years, mostly because its old school cooking methods made it difficult to produce large volumes of beef.
Well, it's actually an au jus. There's a lot of au jus that are made separately. We call it a gravy. So our gravy is that much better because it's roasted with the meat. After we roast it, it gets cooled, and then it goes into our trimming area. And we're trimming it by hand, and the meat goes to the slicer. And we slice it paper thin. So what differentiates us from the rest of them is that our product, we lose a total of 46%. If we get 100 pounds, we keep 56 pounds. We are the only restaurant group that still makes it the original way. Yeah. And that's the reason why we're the original Italian beef.
And that's the story of the story behind the original Italian beef sandwich from Chicago.